Ever have one of those nights out where you're like really psyched for a nice meal?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just goes all sideways. Like everything that can go wrong does.
Oh, absolutely.
The service is glacial. The atmosphere is chaos. You can practically hear the kitchen like imploding.
Like a car crash in slow motion.
Right. And you just get this sinking feeling like, oh man, this is not going to be good.
You can just feel it, yeah.
Well, today we're diving deep into one of those spectacular culinary meltdowns.
Buckle up.
Exactly. With a short film called Cabaret Zamieszkowani Restauracja.mp4. It's Polish, by the way.
Okay.
So we're talking a darkly comedic look at, just how wrong things can go in a restaurant kitchen.
Restaurant kitchens are fascinating, actually. Well, think about it. It's incredibly high pressure. They often operate on razor-thin margins.
Right.
So even the smallest mistake can snowball, impact the entire service.
Oh, for sure. And you're dealing with, like, hot stoves, sharp knives.
Exactly. Tight spaces, a lot of personalities, and then you layer on customer expectations.
It's a recipe for disaster, almost.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
This film, though, it really captures that energy.
Yeah, so let's talk about this film. It starts by introducing us to Jan. He's this new chef brought in to kind of revitalize this struggling restaurant.
The classic new chef trope.
Right, like he's got all these grand plans, this infectious energy.
Yeah.
He's talking about fresh seasonal ingredients, wants to ditch the old tired dishes.
Wants to shake things up.
Exactly. He's all about creativity, not reheated old dishes, as he puts it.
It's a common theme, this whole idea of a clean slate.
Yeah.
Fresh start in the restaurant world. But what the film does so well is it juxtaposes those big dreams with the often harsh realities of actually running a kitchen.
And that's where things start to go south, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We watch as the kitchen descends into utter chaos.
Yeah. It's painful to watch.
Missed preparations, miscommunication, orders getting messed up. It's like a domino effect.
And poor Jan, he's like losing his mind.
He's trying to hold it together.
But it's clear he's getting more and more agitated as the film goes on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like questioning everything. The soup, the fish, the potatoes. It's like every little detail is just off.
And you start to wonder, is it him? Is it the staff? Is it just a bad day?
Or is it a leadership issue? A communication breakdown?
Or maybe a bit of both.
Probably. It really makes you think about how quickly things can unravel in, like, a high-pressure environment.
Okay.
Like, 1 minute you're fine, the next minute you're drowning in a sea of missed orders and cold soup.
It's a slippery slope.
It is. So watching this whole train wreck unfold, it made me think, have we all had those moments where we just want to say, like, screw it.
Totally.
And just go for the simplest solution.
The path of least resistance.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Jan does. In the middle of all this chaos, he just stops, he finds a pot, boils himself some eggs, and basically throws in the towel.
It's such a strangely powerful image, right?
Oh, yeah.
The chef surrounded by culinary carnage.
Culinary carnage, I love that.
Just finding a moment of, bizarre peace in this simple act.
Like, is he having a breakdown? Is it a silent protest? Or is it his way of trying to regain some control in a situation that's clearly spiraled out of his control?
It's left open to interpretation, which I kind of like.
Me too. It's one of those things that sticks with you.
Oh, yeah. It definitely makes you think, like, okay, what's the deeper meaning here?
Right.
Is this just a commentary on the insane pressure of the restaurant industry?
Which is definitely there, don't get me wrong.
Oh, for sure.
But I think it goes even deeper than that. It's about the gap between our aspirations and the often, let's say, messy reality of trying to achieve those dreams.
You mean like we all want that perfect meal?
Perfect experience, yeah.
But there are so many things that have to work together flawlessly to make that happen, right? Exactly. It's like you need the right vision, the skills, the timing, a dash of luck.
And when even one of those things is off,
the dish falls apart.
It makes you appreciate those truly great dining experiences even more, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Knowing how much could go wrong behind those swinging kitchen doors.
Exactly.
Now, I gotta ask, have you ever been in a situation like this, either in a restaurant or like any job where it all just went haywire?
Oh, plenty of time.
Right. Tell us about it. You can share your stories with us on social media using #DeepDiveKitchenChaos.
I love a good kitchen disaster story.
Me too. And here's a final thought before we wrap things up.
Hit me.
Could this culinary car crash have been avoided? Like, what could Jan or anyone in that kind of pressure cooker situation have done differently?
That's a good question.
Right. It's something to ponder the next time you're hopefully enjoying a perfectly executed meal.
And spare a thought for the folks in the kitchen who made it happen.
Cheers to that.